Hello, Hajduk Blades here, and this is part 4 of Pimp, my bushcraft knife. In this episode we are going to make a sheath for the knife we built. We are starting with drawing the profile of the knife and making a template, a paper template. I am now drawing the thickness of the whelp. And this is pretty much it. We are now folding the paper and cutting it to shape. And this is the template. As you can see, it's too large for the old sheath, so we are just going to cut a new piece of leather. We are now cutting the leather. At this point I noticed an issue with the leather and I abandoned that piece. I'm starting to cut a new one. I'm still going to use that for the whelp or something like that. Now I'm just cutting the whelp, the paper whelp, and I'm going to draw it on the old piece of leather and going to cut it. And now I'm just drawing where it's going to lay on the sheath. As I told you in the first episode, I'm going to use the old sheath to make the straps. So this way the knife and the sheath is going to have something of the old knife and sheath, something of the character, I don't know. I just feel it's a good idea. Yeah, this is going to be the belt loop. Now I'm just painting with dark brown everything. This is leather paint. And this leather paint also requires a fixing solution. And now I'm taking the dangler piece, which was kind of round, and I'm trying to press it together to make it more ergonomic. And yeah, I wet the leather and put it to dry. Now I'm just burnishing the edges and applying fixing solution, fixing, I don't know. Also for the inside of the sheath. At this part I'm just removing the outer layer of the leather, because that's going to be glued together with some other piece, and you don't want the outer shiny layer of the leather, because the glue won't stick as well. I'm just burnishing everything. Some parts are more difficult to burnish than others, of course, because of the shape. But this is a step that you cannot skip. Now, of course, I'm building the sheath in my workshop, and I don't usually make the sheath here. I only make blades and knives, so I don't have all my tools with me, so you can see me applying the glue with a fork. But yeah, if it gets the job done, it's okay. Now I'm trying to see if the dangler fits, and I noticed that I made the belt loop too wide, so I'm just going to address that issue. And I don't have all my tools, so I'm using the Proxon tool and a knife to make this work. Yeah, if you don't have all the tools, just improvise. Think at ways that you can use your existing tools. And yeah, at this part I'm just gluing the whelp to the sheath, and this is pretty much it. Now I'm going to glue the ferrocerium rod loop. At this part I'm just seeing how the belt loop is going to fit on the sheath, and I'm trying to keep things as steady as I can. The belt loop is going to be sewn to the sheath before gluing it together. And of course now the bottom part. And I start sewing, and I noticed something at this point, exactly when I finished sew, that I didn't put the dangler ring in. So in a minute I'm going to realize it, and yeah, just going to cut everything and just put the ring in. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention, but things like this happen, and I corrected my mistake. Just burning the tag ends of the string. I'm measuring the loop for the ferrocerium rod. I'm cutting away the whelp so that the ferrocerium rod loop fits perfectly there. Very carefully. Of course, again I'm going to remove the paint and the outer layer of the leather, so the glue sticks very well to this part. And applying glue again very carefully with a fork. While the glue dries, I'm just going to paint the dangler loop. And this is pretty much it, but I'm still going to let it set for a few minutes. Now that the glue is set and cured, I'm just going to address the edges of the sheath on the belt grinder, trying to get rid of everything that is irregular. Now I'm preparing the sheath to be stitched together. Because I don't have my regular fork with me, I'm just going to approximate it and hope for the best. Now I'm going to glue the ferrocerium rod loop into the sheath and let it cure. After the glue is cured, I'm just going to use the Proxam tool to make the holes, and as you can see, I find this method easiest to make the holes. I mean, this is not the only method to make a sheath. I don't know if it is considered the right method, but I find that it works for me and it produces good results. Now I'm stitching the sheath and burning the tag ends. Now I'm going to burnish the leather on the sheath. And of course, this is not yet done. After I burnish it, I'm going to paint it as well. And yeah, this is pretty much it with the sheath. This is pretty much complete. Of course, I'm going to apply the fixating solution, but this is now complete. Of course, the sheath is a little bit tight, but it's leather. It's going to give in time. So this was it. This is pretty much the end of episode 4. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you want to see more content like this, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you around for the next episode. Bye bye. Dacă tu obișnuiești repede când... Bridge.